everybody. Welcome to ABC Gluten Free. It's coconut shrimp day. Let's go. So we got an exciting recipe for you here today. Thank you, Sophia. I got my beautiful helper, Sophia. I actually have my very functional helper, Sophia, as she sets up all of our stuff that we need to get done and with all things that you guys see here. Anyway, we have a great show planned for you. We're doing coconut shrimp and we're doing some side and we're going to really get you drooling. So we hope you guys BYON.
Bring out a napkin.
Because we definitely have, this is going to be exciting. This is something that I loved to make when we were younger. My brother actually made the most amazing coconut shrimp. We actually served it in the restaurant and sometimes we'd come home and make it at 2 o'clock in the morning because it was so good. So you like coconut shrimp, don't you? So the whole family really loves coconut shrimp. It is something that I don't make very frequently, right? But I do like to have it. So we're going to give you a very simple recipe, very few ingredients, but super tasty and delicious. So let's go over our ingredients. I'm going to share with you what we have right now. I'm going to start over here because this is just a duplicate. So I'm going to start over here. We have coconut flour. I have shredded coconut. I have gluten-free flour. I have coconut aminos. Then I have coconut flake, coconut milk, and then I have coconut oil. And obviously we have our shrimp here. We've got beautiful shrimp. I want to just share this with you because it's very important what kind of shrimp that you buy. We have a 1620 Gulf of Mexico shrimp. These are delicious. They actually taste like shrimp. There's no funky things. You know, they're not growing in any funky environment. They're actually harvested naturally. You know, what do you call that?
Wild caught.
Wild caught. Thank you very much. Wild caught shrimp. 1620, and 1620 just means the size. So it's 16 to 20 shrimp per pound. And this is the size that I like. If you want anything bigger, you get into kind of maybe could be a little bit tough, but I really like this size. I don't like anything smaller because I feel like they shrivel up into nothing. Do you like them bigger, this smaller, or just this size? So it's a 1620. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get started on dunking these shrimp into the ingredients. First, we're going to get started with, Sophia is actually going to put the coconut flour in here and the gluten-free flour in here. And then we're going to put the actually shredded coconut in the last one. So you put the gluten-free flour and the regular flour, coconut flour in. And I'm just having this. And to make it really, really super delicious, what I'm going to do is, thank you, honey. You actually want to take that? What I'm going to do is, actually the coconut oil is for frying it. So I don't need that right now. What I'm going to do is we're going to take our shredded coconut and just kind of like fan it out a little bit. And I'm going to take, you know what, could I have one of those bowls, please? Because we need to put can I have one of those bowls that you just passed onto the side? So we have the coconut flour and the regular gluten-free flour here. And then we have the shredded coconut here. And I'm going to take the coconut milk and pour it into this little glass. And I'm going to add the coconut aminos. So we're kind of overlapping all of the coconut because we want you to really get that coconut flavor. Yeah, that's okay. I ground it up myself. So put the coconut aminos in here, Sophia. And then we're going to share with you how we go about doing our triple dip. And let me get these three out of the way because we don't need all that. If we need some more later, we'll go back and get it. But I think that should be enough. And we have a little bit extra of the shredded coconut in case we need it. So no dry, wet, that.
That's what I did.
Oh, you want to do wet, dry that?
No.
All right, we can test it out, but go
that
ahead.
won't stick if you.
Well, it will, but go ahead. So what I've done is I've shelled and deveined the shrimp, and that's a whole nother story we're not going to get into today, but we will post something short for you to watch so you can learn how to actually do the shrimp. So what I want Sophia to do is I want her to coat that shrimp completely in the gluten-free flour and coconut flour and kind of press down, Sophia. So you're calling a butterfly shrimp. You're going to butterfly that shrimp basically just by pressing your hand on it because I've already opened up the back part. So I've given you kind of the leverage to do it. We leave the tail on so we can actually pick that up and, you know, we can actually eat it, which is nice. No, drop that in there. Drop it all the way in. Oh, you're mixing it up. I gotcha. And then we're going to I'll do this last part. How about that? All right. So we're going to do this together and we're going to move a little bit faster. I'm going to actually just keep pressing in this coconut. And I would like essentially to have that put into the freezer for about 20 minutes so I can set that shrimp and have it nice But today we're going to go with it. We're just going to go with it. So if you've never had coconut shrimp before, being gluten-free, when you go out, you really can't get fried shrimp. It's not something that, so it's a great thing to make at home, something special. And it really does taste delicious. If you have a coconut allergy, you're going to pass on this one, but we can give you additional, substitutions that you can use instead of coconut. Keep going. Good job, honey. So I'm only doing a few now because I just want to share with you how to make the recipe. You're going to go home and make it your own, but you're going to love this because look at that. Look at those beautiful shrimp. Look how nice and large they get when you kind of flatten them out with your hand a little bit. Good job, honey. Yep, drop it. So we're just going to continue. This is what we call the triple dip. We want to make sure that we get it covered nicely. We want to get all the angles. And we definitely don't want to miss out on that little coconut on the edges there because that's really what makes it nice and delicious. Do I need any more of that? No, we're good with that, right? Good job. All right, just dipping, keep dipping. Yeah, do one more. We'll do 6. And then I'll actually let you do the other 6 while we're getting the other stuff ready, or I can do them. We have a delicious base that we're going to make for you. It's going to be a beautiful salad, almost like a slaw. And it's going to have a lot of different elements that'll kind of get your taste buds hit in all different areas. So we used to have this at the restaurant, and we serve coconut shrimp fried with like French fries or whatever, like coleslaw, stuff like that. But today we're going to give you something totally different. It's going to just elevate the flavors. It's going to hit all the bases. We want your taste buds to just be tingling with this one. So although this doesn't take much time, and you can get your shrimp peeled and deveined if you like, I just feel like sometimes the better shrimp are the ones that you can find already, like with the shell still on. They haven't been handled a lot, and there's just seems to be a lot fresher, but I'm not really sure. I mean, if you guys have any other suggestions, let me know. I'd love to hear it. All right, so put this stuff in the fridge for a little bit, or in the freezer. And then we're going to get started on making our beautiful salad. Let me get this out of the way. We'll actually just put this over here for now because I'm going to let Sophia continue that process as we go. And look at this beautiful large pieces of coconut flake. This is really nice. This is what I use to make the coconut flour. Get this stuff for the salad first, and then we'll figure it out. This is what I use to make the coconut flour. It's just really beautiful flake coconut with nothing on it, no sugar, no sweeteners, no nothing. I just ground it up in my little coffee grinder and then made that ready. I'll take the greens too, Sophie, on the cutting board. I got the cutting board. So for our beautiful slaw, we've got a little combo we're going to make for you. I think you're going to make the dressing. How about that? And I'll cut the greens. So we've got a bunch of different greens here. We have some, what were these turnip greens? We have turnip greens. We have some cilantro and some collards. And I really like this combination because you get a lot of crunch out of this. And once you put the dressing on it and kind of allow it to marinate and like kind of develop it a little bit, it really does taste delicious. So we wanted to give you something fresh to go with these fried. And we're not deep frying today. We're actually going to cook them in coconut oil, but I wanted to give you something fresh to go with it. So I've got the greens here. I'm just going to take those out and just show you. We've got some cilantro. I have half of a red onion. Do you want to actually start cutting this stuff and do that in a second? Do that in a minute, and I'll talk you through it. So we've got the red onion, and we want to slice it really very, very thin. You don't want to bite down on a big chunk of onion. It doesn't taste good. Then I have half of a green apple. So we've got a little spice, a little sour, and then we've got a little bit of sweet from the dressing, a little bit of cilantro with that kick there. I love this cilantro. It has like a lemony, right? It's like almost like a lemony flavor. It's really super good. Sophia's going to actually julienne this apple, and I can show you how I expect you to do it. Yeah, I don't know if that knife is so good. You want to try this? I think my knife's a little dull. So we're going to put all the ingredients of the salad in here and just kind of work it with our hands. And you can, if you don't want to use the stems, you don't have to, but I like how they get nice and crunchy. But if you don't like the stems, you can just pull. And then the stem is off. You could save that if you have bunnies, or if you want to make a stock, you could save that. And then you can just cut the leaf. So that's up to you. And if you don't like it, just keep going until you get all the stems off, which we don't have too many here because I picked like the smaller ones. These are a little bit of smaller of the turnip greens, so they don't really have those big stems, but we'll take this one off. You all right? All right, you're going to toss that right into here when you're done.
How much do you
That's good. Yeah, don't use it then. That's good. We'll put this in here for now. We're going to make just a little bit so we could show you
Just
what
put
it's
it in
actually
here?
made of. Yeah, put it in the bottom there. And then you cut the apple.
Those are really thick.
That's okay. Just put them in there. All right, so cut the apple. You need a different knife. Grab something if you need it. The apple is going to be julienne, so I'm going to just show you. You cut it
That's terrible.
in cut it in a slice, right? And then that slice we cut into 3 or 4, and we like to have like these matchsticks. So we're going to put those right into the pan. I'm going to get a cutting board so I can help you. How about that? I feel like I left
How
you
thick
hanging.
do you want?
I left you hanging.
How thick do you want?
Just like this. Just like these I did. All right, so I'm going to help her cut. I'll do the greens while she's doing that. And normally to cut greens, I just kind of like lay them together. I'll lay them together, and then it's easy if you just kind of like roll them up. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm just going to roll them like that. And then it's just easy to cut them. And I kind of turn and turn and turn.
Is that good?
So I can get like a chiffonade almost. Yeah, that's good. So once I have this all cut, we're going to put it right into our bowl. Sophia, you can, after that, you can start on the dressing, okay? The dressing is really super simple and very delicious. It is tahini, apple cider vinegar, a little coconut aminos, salt and pepper, and I'm going to have Sophia show you that little process there. It's very quick. We kind of throw everything into the jar and shake it up. The only thing that you have to watch is the tahini, because you want the tahini to be well incorporated. You don't want clumps of tahini in that. All right, so we've got our greens. I'm going to keep going, Sophia, and you can start the dressing. Oh, you're almost done? Good job. I'm going to save these ends for my stock. I really seldomly throw anything out. If you have seen us before or watched the show before, we want to know where you're tuning in from. We'd love to hear from you. Introduce yourself in the app of the section where it says introduce yourself. I think that's what it's called, right? On the app, it's called introduce yourself. So we'd love to hear where you're tuning in from, or if you're watching on any other social media, we'd love to hear from you and see where you're coming from. So if you've watched before, I don't really like to waste anything. We'll either use it for stock, it'll go into some kind of smoothie or something, and we won't waste it. There's a lot of people starving out there. I don't want to make it be ungrateful for what we actually have. All right. So this is done here.
Am I just putting it in?
No. I want you to mix it all in the bowl. All right. So Sophia's got the dressing. It's, come out here a little bit. This is 2 tablespoons of tahini. And then she's going to put the coconut aminos in. It's 1 teaspoon of coconut aminos. And it's 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Yep. And then we're going to add a little bit of coconut milk. We got, I'm going to say 1/4 cup. It's just because I'm going to eyeball it. And then she's going to put that, you can put that into, I don't know if there's going to be enough room in the jar. So we have it in the jar with a little salt and pepper. You want to turn that and we'll see how well you do with that. If you mix it up nice, then we'll put it on the greens. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this now because we're going to start cooking our shrimp. This is the best part. And you're going to do that, and I'm going to do this. All right, I'm using West Bend today. I'm not deep frying. I'm just kind of like sauteing almost. And I'm actually going to be using coconut oil because we want coconut throughout. I'm going to mix coconut oil and some olive oil. So that's my combination that I really like. If you like a particular oil, then go ahead and use it. If you want to just use straight up coconut oil, you can also do that. Good girl. So I think you can drizzle that over here and kind of, oh, it's not? Oh, good job. All right, keep going. Once she's done with that, she's going to just drizzle that right on top of the greens, and we're going to get her to put that all in there together. All right, I'm going to set my temperature at 350. I'm going to add half a cup of coconut oil. If you don't like coconut oil, you can use olive oil, you can use butter. It's good to mix them because they both have different properties and elements that will kind of keep it in the pan and you'll get a good crisp on it. That's how we feel anyway. One more thing we have for our salad. I'll have you cut those when you're done. So I'm just going to wait for my coconut oil to melt. Only takes a minute or so. I want to make sure our shrimp are ready to go. So I'm going to check those out. For Sophia's salad, I'm going to give her the salt and the pepper, and we're going to use a little red hot seeds too. She can just put that on herself. All right, do the seasonings. Do the seasonings and then put the dressing on. And then we'll take our shrimp. We're going to get the shrimp out. Yeah, that's going to be delicious. So you see we've got a little bit of crushed pepper in there because we're going to have a little sweetness from the coconut. We have a little sweetness from the apple. And then we want to kind of balance that out. All right, so our oil is melting. We're looking good. Yay, I can't wait to have coconut shrimp. Are you excited for coconut shrimp? We may not have enough coconut shrimp. Gluten-free grandma's going to be not happy if we don't give her a lot of coconut shrimp. All right, I'm going to grab those. All right, so here they are, our coconut shrimp out of the freezer. Yeah, I think so. And then kind of work it in together. Look how beautiful these are. These look like you bought them at the grocery store, right? They're so beautiful. Our oil is ready. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. And I'm going to start dropping them in one at a time. Beautiful. Look at these beautiful shrimp. You don't want to crowd the fryer, the pan, because then you'll bring the heat down and then you're going to have soggy shrimp. And we don't want soggy shrimp. Right, Sophia? No soggy shrimp. You can add the cashews when you're ready. If you want to chop them up, you can. Yep. We've got a little bit of toasted cashews. We just buy raw cashews and we toast them ourselves. If we want to put flavoring on them, we do. If not, we just leave them like this, nice and raw. They're yummy, right? Mm-hmm. Yum. Our shrimp are going to be about two minutes on each side. And I'm just going to keep an eye on them. You could, if you want, and you have time and you're not rushing. You can just kind of drape your shrimp with the oil. Get them started on the other side. Kind of like when you have that butter sauce and you kind of start letting it soak. Shrimp are very quick to cook, so this is a meal that you can get together very quickly. Look how beautiful that is. It's so golden brown. Delicious. All right, Sophia's just chopping up some of the cashews. We're going to add a little crunch to our slaw, and then we'll actually get started plating because we're almost done. Yay, we get to eat. We hope you guys are excited to eat. Coconut shrimp. These are gluten, soy, dairy, and egg-free. And they actually are nut-free because coconut is not considered a nut. So, but you might want to look that up. I mean, if you are allergic to coconuts, that's a whole nother story. We don't want you to eat this. But these are going to be delicious. We're going to serve them with a little surprise. So don't go anywhere because you want to see the end of this. This is going to be delicious. That's perfect. Yep, throw them in there. Once she tosses that salad, then she's going to put the cashews on the top. If you're allergic to nuts, don't do the cashews. Even though they're droop fruit, don't do the cashews. We're going to, we want to make sure you're safe. We don't want you to do anything that you can't do. All right, so shrimp are almost done. A little bit more, and I'm going to actually put these two in. It's nice and hot, so I can do that. And I'm going to take these out. Look at those beautiful shrimp. Sophia, let's plate and eat. Ready?
What plate do you want?
Go over there and get that one. Just have a little spot on there that I want to cook. I want that shrimp to be crispy. I want the coconut to be nice and cooked. Look at that. These are beautiful. All right, I'm going to leave these in for a little bit longer. I'm going to just move them into the middle. Sophia, we don't have time to do any more. So we'll just plate. So what I would do if I were you, I'm going to put down this slaw. Actually, we'll save some for later, right? I would put down that slaw. And then I'm going to add those shrimp. Thank you for fixing that. Beautiful. I'm going to add those shrimp, maybe just 3 per person. In our house, it'd probably be 12, but we'll just do 2. How about that, Sophia? Then we have a little bit of a hot pepper jelly, which we bought at the store. You can find it anywhere, or you could do Mike's Hot Honey. That is super delicious. Go ahead, put a little bit on top, and then we're gonna sprinkle it with cilantro. And then we are done. All right, guys, so we hope you BYON. Bring that napkin because it's time to drool. I know gluten-free grandma's wanting one of these. She's gonna be the first in line for something like this. Yeah, she likes coconut shrimp, right? All right, and it's time to eat. So if you've never tried coconut shrimp before, now is the perfect time. You see how easy the recipe is. Here you go, honey. It's okay. Just leave that there. Don't worry about it. Leave that all right there. We've got the perfect, delicious coconut shrimp recipe for you. Simple, very simple ingredients, quick to make. And you can have this all done up ahead of time. Put your coconut shrimp in the refrigerator and then let it go. All right, you ready? It's time to eat. Yay. It's time to eat. I really like the freshness of the salad with the coconut shrimp. We don't have any forks. Oh my goodness. All right, are you ready? Thank you, Lord, for the food. Take a little bite. The salad's delicious. It goes so good. And now, bite that shrimp. I don't know if I can pick it up. It's hot, isn't it? You pick it up? All right, let's go. That's delicious, right? All right, guys. Coconut shrimp with a nice, beautiful, fresh slaw on the side. I stuff on my face. We want you guys to make this. You're definitely going to love it. Coconut shrimp and a side slaw with that little hot pepper jelly, a little cilantro on top. You could even do some sour cream if you wanted to, or maybe another fresh fruit would be nice. All right. Thank you, honey, for helping me today. Thank you guys for tuning in today. We want you to come taste and see how good it is to really be gluten-free. Have a delicious weekend, everybody. Ciao. Makeup by Artistry, hair by Satin Ink. Aprons by REM Designs. Thank you to our pantry partners and fridge friends. ABC Gluten Free is a production of American Bods. Don't forget, guys, download the app. It's free to watch, free to tune in. And we can't wait to see you next week. You got to tune in. We have a great show planned for you. God bless everybody. Ciao. Let me just